those and all of those.
This is Transparent Panda, safe and be like always.
Yeah. So today's topic, I believe, is
living with anxiety and the depression that accompanies it.
yay. Great topic. Okay, so do you want to start?
You can.
Thanks. Well, I've had anxiety for as long as I can remember. And I guess it's been very interesting. It makes you think. I don't really know.
Maybe we should start by explaining what anxiety is for those who don't know.
Okay, so anxiety, well, for me, the meaning is that you're extremely self-conscious, you're extremely cautious about everything, afraid, you worry about everything,
second guess yourself constantly,
overestimate things. There's lots of different little meanings that go with it.
I too have had anxiety for as long as I can remember, but I've only gone to a doctor about it like a month ago, just over a month ago.
Yeah. Pardon me. Yeah, it's difficult to live with because, like, you don't want to go outside because, you know, you second guess everything. And then there are days where you feel really confident and then you go outside and then all of that confidence disappears. Anxiety is horrible to live with.
When you have anxiety, it's quite common, actually extremely common, to have depression too. But like, most people see it as anxiety and depression. They don't see it as depression caused by anxiety or anxiety caused by depression. Some people have like both as a separate thing. I know I have depression because of my anxiety.
I had depression before I had anxiety, so that's where my anxiety came from.
Yes.
Yeah, so lovely. And there are different things that can cause depression, like a recent loss. Could be you're moving, you've already moved.
Let's establish one thing though. Depression isn't a feeling.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are like, I'm feeling depressed today.
I hate it when people do that.
You know those girls that I was talking about from my old school, you know, the hashtag blessed?
Yeah.
They always did that. Like, one of them was always like, Miss, I can't do it. I'm feeling depressed. And the teacher would always be worried, like, are you feeling okay? And all that. And she's just like, no, I just don't want to do it.
People use it as an excuse, and then there are actually people who have it severely.
And then they don't get cut slack because everyone else uses it as an excuse.
Yeah, and then there are actually some people out there that go to doctors and fake their depression to get medication so that they can pull off the, oh, I have medical examinations saying that I'm depressed. And like anxiety is exactly the same.
Yeah, anxiety and depression, I guess. Everyone feels it at points in their life, but you get diagnosed with anxiety and depression if you have a disorder. So basically, if you have it chronically.
I have it chronically. I've had it chronically for ages.
Same.
Sorry, I'm loom banding, guys. It's the first time I've done it since loom bands first came out. Yeah, the reason why I'm not talking much is because I'm a little anxious myself at the moment. I've been feeling very anxious all day, so yeah.
Zave has been put on new meds.
Yeah.
So he's been on that for 4 days now. 5 days. 4 days.
Full.
Yep. And my dosage got upped on mine. I take escitalopram and I started on 10 mils. And that wasn't working for me, so my doctor upped it to 20.
Not 220, just 20.
Yeah, I've been on that for 4 days.
And I'm on metazapine, and I'm on 15 grams at the moment because I've only just started it, and this is supposed to help me sleep and also to help with my depression and anxiety. I was originally on fluoxetine, which is meant to, like, fluoxetine, what it does is it completely changes your balance of melatonin, is that it?
Probably.
Like your melatonin and serotonin levels.
Serotonin was right.
Yeah, both of those, like, it levels it out. But with me, what it was doing was it was making my levels skyrocket and then plummet really fast. And it made me worse. So I'm now on metazapram. I don't know if it's metazapram or metazaprine. I don't know.
Probably metazapine.
Metazapine, there you
Pram
go.
is mine.
Yeah, I know.
The reason my doctor knew it wasn't working, my dosage wasn't enough, was I've been really anxious lately and, like, paranoid. And, like, I've been getting, since my dosage has been up, well, since I've started the medication, I'm a lot more susceptible to moods and I can't hide my feelings as well. So I've been having a lot of anxiety attacks. Today's been my first day. In the last 4 days, I haven't had an anxiety attack.
I had one today. It was great.
Really?
When we were in Macca's.
Oh.
That's why I was fiddling around with my phone.
We should probably explain the different types of panic attacks we get.
Yeah. So with me, like, the stages of my panic attack starts with, like, hazed breathing, and then it sounds like I'm going to start hyperventilating, and then I'll start twitching, or I'll start fiddling with something to try and get my mind off stuff. And then I'll start, like, shaking really badly. And then when I go to speak, my words are all jumbled. And then I try and focus on, like, positive things, but sometimes that doesn't help, and sometimes it even makes it worse. Why is there red and black hair?
I have no idea.
And I just fidget a lot, really. That's yeah.
I get different types. Well, so does Zave, but Zave basically only explained the main type. I don't usually notice my minor anxiety attacks. It's usually Zave that does. I get like really shaky and fidgety, and I keep like looking around and all that. And I don't notice until Zave asks me if I'm okay. The panic attacks I do notice is obviously
You start hyperventilating.
yes, but I don't notice it until my body forces itself to start hyperventilating. Usually it takes a minute or two for that to kick in. So I can like feel it building, but I don't know what's happening until I start hyperventilating. Then another one, which takes me a long while to notice, is my hypersensitivity.
Yeah, I get that one a lot too.
It's basically when everything gets louder, brighter, more irritating.
You can feel like
everything.
So when someone's speaking to you, you can feel the waves of their voice hitting you. And sometimes, like, you can feel, when the wind's blowing, you can feel the different temperatures of the wind. And instead of it just being cold or if it being warm, you can feel like sometimes it will be slightly colder than than before. And then sometimes you'll feel that it's hotter than before.
And basically all that does is put your body into a panic.
Yeah, your body goes into a shock because
it's extremely aware of everything that's going on. That doesn't actually send me hyperventilating, but that's usually when I crawl into a corner and shut my ears and curl into a ball.
Yeah, that's usually what happens with me as well. Like, I'll just go quiet and I'll start shaking, and then like I'll rapidly start brushing my ears, or I'll like cover my ears or put headphones in and listen to quiet music, because if I put loud music on it will hurt my ears too much.
I mostly just get this in a classroom, and because I can't get away from anything and I'm stuck at my desk, I start hyperventilating and go into a miniature panic attack. Doesn't usually last long, but I'm very shaky afterwards. Done. It doesn't look as good, but it'll probably look better when it dries.
Yeah, that's what Berenice was doing. I am still loom banding. It's failing, but oh well.
That's another type of panic attack. With my panic attacks,
panic attacks where you, like, when you're trying to sleep but you can't sleep.
Yeah. As a kid, my panic attacks just involved me violently sobbing and then, like, me struggling to breathe. Some days I still do get those kinds, but it's not very often.
Yeah.
What's another type?
Well, for me, for panic attacks, when I try and sleep, like, there'll be like a slight noise or something that triggers it, and I'll start going into panic, like, my heart will start racing, like, everything will feel really heavy, and I'll just, like, go into full-on panic because, one, I don't know what the hell's going on, my mind completely shuts off, but I'm still fully aware of what's going on.
But I told you what my panic attacks were as a kid, but nowadays it's just hyperventilation and then I might cry afterwards. But
crying usually is a part of panic attacks.
Yeah, but it doesn't happen for me when I'm in class. I just hyperventilate, then it's over with. It's hypersensitivity, hyperventilation, and then I'm done. What was I gonna say now?
I don't know.
But it really took a turn for the worse for me last year. I had 2 panic attacks right on top of each other. One was a minor one and then one was a major one. And I actually scratched my arm open. There. The scar's freckling now, but then that's when my panic attacks started getting worse and more frequent. I didn't get them that often, but it was often enough to be a problem. But like, not like recently when my meds were working but not working, so then like I'm hyper aware of everything all the time and I get into extreme panic constantly. But it was like always there underlying. But nowadays I just like grip my hair. It's like it's long enough to do that. I'm getting cut on Tuesday. I just like grip it to stop me from scratching, and hypersensitivity, it's either my hair or my ears. Like, yeah.
We were doing both the other day.
Yeah, I was alternating.
For fuck's sake.
I don't really know what my triggers are.
I don't know what my triggers are either. They just come at random.
Yeah, and that's the worst thing. Because at school, everyone asks what our triggers are, you know, like our coordinators and all that, to make sure nothing triggers us. But we can't tell them how they can help because they keep asking how they can help.
And it's
we
just
can't
like,
tell
I
them.
don't fucking know.
Like my English teacher the other day, I had an incident and I had a panic attack.
Right.
But like before I had a panic attack, she asked me how she could help with my anxiety. And my coordinator also asked how he can help or if I wanted to talk or anything. And I don't know the answers to the questions. The questions just send me into more anxiety.
Yeah, like when you don't know the answer, you go, I don't know, and then you just break.
Or you give them an answer, but it's like...
It's not the right answer.
It's a really obscure way, like a metaphor almost, and they don't know, so they ask you to explain, and it's like you can't put it in any other words.
Yeah.
It's like... And sometimes when I say stuff and I don't understand it, it sends me into more of a panic, but like other people understand it, which really gets to me.
It's just like when you start saying random shit and I'm just like, yep, I understand.
Like, the other day I had a panic attack when like all of this started, me visiting the doctor and going on my meds, and Zave started staying here and all that. I had a panic attack. My mother was like trying to coach me through it. It's like she kept asking me to explain how long I've had this, how I knew, what does it feel like, and all that. The only way I could explain it was like, it's like there's too much in my head, but it's empty at the same time. Like there's so many voices, but at the same time there's one, and it's like...
Battery 15%.
So it's like everything's happening at once, but it's radio silence at the same time. Is that how you feel?
Yep. Except there are times where it's not radio silence, where it's like complete voices.
Yeah,
and
same.
people are like, oh, you're just imagining these things. I'm not fucking imagining it. Like,
Or it's like, you're thinking up scenarios because like that's basically what we spend our free time doing with anxiety. And then you start speaking to yourself and you sound like a complete crazy person because it's basically you're holding up both sides of the conversation in your scenario. So then you like accidentally start mumbling out loud.
That's just me on a daily basis.
Same. It's like the other day when you asked if we need to leave or something. I was actually doing that and I'm like, Like the 2 a.m. thing.
Oh, yeah. Like, this was on, like, Friday or something like that. I was talking to myself, and my friend Courtney was just like, are you okay? And I'm like, I think so. She's like, you're talking. I don't know if you're talking to me or yourself. And I'm like, I'm talking to myself. And she's like, are you gonna have an anxiety attack? And I'm like, no, I should be okay. And then I start talking to myself again, and she's just like, you're a fucking schizo. And I'm like, fuck off.
But the worst part is, like, with the voices, it's not actual legible voices. It's just, like, the words appear in vocal format. So it's like, when your doctor asks you if you hear voices, it's like, no. But my mind speaks to me sometimes.
Yeah, it's like, I don't hear voices, but my mind speaks to me. Does that count?
Because, like,
I never get answers on it, though.
Sometimes I can't even make out the words. It's just there. It appears, and then I forget it.
Yeah, I know that. It's cold again. I can feel the coldness on my back.
Oh, the window.
What? Okay.
Oh, phone. Depression related to anxiety. That's what I have. I went to see the therapist for the first time. I think the week after I saw the doctor for the first time, and he prescribed me meds.
Yeah.
Because I had scored really high, so he put everything into motion immediately. I was only being evaluated, and it wasn't by my therapist, it was by another therapist.
They're not even therapists, they're counsellors.
Well, then that sucks. I thought they were therapists.
No, the person I'm seeing is a therapist. They're a clinical psychologist because
That's different
I'm
from a
fucked.
therapist.
Yeah, no, it's the only kind of, like, therapist that they actually have.
Well, that sucks. What the hell's a counsellor gonna do for me?
I don't fucking know. Counsel you through your fucking life.
Bitch, no! I don't want anybody telling me what to do. Get me my jumpies.
Fuck you, I need a pee.
But yeah, she kept, like, asking me questions and everything. She saw I was getting anxious and all that, and she asked if I got depressive episodes and, like, when and how it felt and all that. I can't really describe my feelings. It's like, there are feelings, but I don't feel them. They're just there. Unknown to me. Yeah, I'm only really aware of strong feelings. Anyway, so she asked me why my doctor put me on antidepressants for generalized anxiety and depression disorders. 1 second.
So guys, I'm back from an amazing little adventure. My leg is really sore. So yeah. We have to be quieter. My leg's really itchy.
So she asked, why did my doctor put me on those meds instead of anxiety-based meds? And it's like questions I can't answer, and like questions
It's like,
just
bitch, I ain't my fucking doctor. My doctor knows these questions. Fucking well ask him. You didn't grab your jumpies while you were up either.
I know.
So yeah, this video has been going on for like 25 minutes. You guys probably don't want to have to sit through us just ranting and talking shit. So you guys can leave At any time.
Some people might find this helpful. I know I would have found this helpful because me being the fucked up person I am,
You're not fucked up.
I research everything that applies to me or doesn't apply to me but applies to someone else. Like, it's legit. Before I bought my binder, I watched pretty much every YouTube binding video ever. And then, like, read up on different brands and all that. I got my meds. That night, I sat down, researched everything I could find on it.
It's okay. Mama researched my meds as well when I sent her the label.
No, but that's only because she wanted to know your symptoms to see if there's anything she shouldn't be worried about or should be worried about.
Huh.
Because I had to tell her my main symptoms too. I get erectile dysfunction with mine. An inability to orgasm.
It's not like you need an orgasm anytime soon.
No.
You're too young.
I'm 15, almost.
I'm 16 in 3 days.
Yeah.
I can legally fuck someone.
There's barely a year difference. What does legally being able to fuck someone have to do with this?
I can orgasm legally.
Because masturbation isn't a thing. I don't like this one. I like my other one better.
Then grab your other one and grab your jumpies while you're up as well.
No, I'll leave my jumpers when I get into bed.
And then you won't be able to sleep.
Yes, I will. So if you're eating.
You'll be eating them and fall asleep.
Yep.
You. Oh my god. Doesn't this just look amazing?
Look at the difference. I like this one better. I did this one in art class with liquid crayons, which is basically textures that are watercolours. I prefer that to that because my watercolours are really dull and muted.
Did you say and yeeted?
Muted.
Oh, I thought you said yeeted. I'm like, what?
We should start getting into bed or I can't wake up tomorrow. I can't wake up tomorrow anyway. Doesn't matter.
It's 10:05.
Mm.
I took my meds how many hours ago?
3.
Oh my god.
Maths.
My brain hurts. I'm putting all of this away.
Is there anything else you wanted to add?
If you guys think that you have depression and anxiety, go see a professional first before you diagnose yourself, because I know a lot of people that go, oh yeah, I have depression and anxiety, and I go, who diagnosed you? And they go, oh, myself.
And if you're in America, don't buy commercial antidepressants.
They'll make you more depressed, because they'll make you think that they work when they don't.
And it could actually not work for you. You'd just be pumping yourself full of drugs and you get addicted because it's not doing anything.
Yeah, and also, guys, pardon me,
See, this one's a minion. I tried 4 times to do it, and I couldn't, so my mother did it instead.
There are a whole range of antidepressants, anti-anxiety tablets, so the ones that you get put on first may not work. There's a fucking glare. So just remember that the first ones you go on may not work. There are millions out there. You just need to find the right one for you.
And there are categories too. I'm on SSRI, which is selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors.
And I'm on SNRI,
which is
SNRI.
selective neuro something reuptake transmitters.
Serotonin uptake transmitters.
Neuroserotonin.
I
No,
think
it's not.
neuro. I don't know.
You really need to learn this stuff.
I don't
What
have
if-
a good memory.
What if you get into like medical trouble?
If I get into medical trouble, I'll just say that I'm on this one, and then
Oh.
they can figure it out.
Serotonin, norepinephrine reuptake inhibitors. Norepinephrine.
You're neuropinephrine.
Serotonin, norepinephrine reuptake inhibitors. Don't worry, I'll remember it for you.
Thank you. So yeah, guys, that's what we're on. That's what we do with our lives. That's how we deal with shit. That's how. Yeah.
I'm dealing with nothing.
Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm sorry that we babbled and didn't talk and then started babbling again. Shall see you guys in the next video.
Keep
Bye.